Okay, awesome. Let's get started then. So, welcome everyone to Camp Keymind 2021. This is our onboarding event for all our internal members on design teams. It's essentially a tradition that we've had on Keymind since it began in 2018. And the point of this is to make sure everyone's up to speed with our softwares, our technologies, our platforms that we use at Keymind, and get to know one another and start feeling like you're a part of the Keymind community right at the start of the year. So thank you all for being here. I know it is a pretty packed weekend of events, but I promise you it will be worth it when you get off on your way on your design projects and you have some experience under your belt as you've learned the concepts you'll be working with throughout the presentations and workshops in Camp Keymind. Okay, so a bit about myself before I get started. Sydney and Elan are the other two managing directors, and they're going to be giving their intros in just a second. But for myself, my name's Max Bennett. I'm the managing director of development. This is actually my fourth year on Keymind, and I'm in fourth year. So this is something I've done every year since coming to Queens, and it's definitely been the most valuable extracurricular experience I could have asked for. I've gotten a ton out of it, both in terms of technical skills as well as stuff on the managerial side. As I've been on the exec team since second year. So I'm in applied math engineering in the computing option. And yeah, I'd say I love Keymind, and I'm really happy that I got to spend 4 years doing this, and I'm really excited for my last year here. So a bit about about Keymind rather. Some of you may have heard it called by the acronym, but we no longer use that. So the official name of Keymind is Keymind Queens AI Hub. So just want to make sure that's straight, because I know a lot of people still use the old outdated acronym, but that's our official name going forward. I spoke a bit about the history of Camp Keymind. We've done this every year. I think it's only been called Camp Keymind since 2019, but it is an event that we want to do each year to make sure all our members are up to speed with how we do things here at Keymind. So just a few logistical notes before moving forward. The platform we're using here is called Hopin. It's a lot more interactive than Zoom or some other platforms you're probably used to seeing. So you should be able to navigate fairly easily throughout it. There's a reception, stage, sessions, and expo on the left-hand toolbar of your screen. The stage is where we have all our events that involve everyone in one place, where you're all watching the same presentation. The sessions are where we have multiple presentations running at the same time. So for our workshops, for example, we're going to have multiple streams of workshops running simultaneously. So that's where you're going to go to check out whatever stream that you're a part of. And then we have the expo, which is where you're going to have the breakout rooms that you're going to be using for the hackathon tomorrow. So we don't actually be touching the expo today, but for tomorrow, I'll explain a bit more about how that's going to work later, but we will be using the expo booths as breakout rooms. Okay, awesome. Anything else I'm missing? I'm going to talk about the schedule and about our Kahoot prizes that we're going to have in a bit. So I think that's it for me. I'm going to move on here. So again, welcome to Camp Keymind. I do want to thank our sponsor before moving on. So a big thank you to DCL for being our title sponsor for Camp Keymind this year. The event wouldn't be possible without them. And so we're really happy for their generous support, as well as the events that they're going to be running here at Camp Keymind. So we have a workshop from them, as well as an industry talk, and they'll be also talking with us at the opening ceremonies. So big shout out to DCL. You're going to hear a ton from them this weekend, and we're really excited to see what they are going to bring to Camp Keymind this year. Okay, I'm going to pass it off to Elan to talk about why Keymind.
Hey everyone, I'm Elan. I'm in my fourth year of computer engineering in the innovation entrepreneurial stream, and I've been a part of Keymind this is my third year now on Keymind, and it's been an unbelievable experience. I've highly recommended it to a lot of you. If you do know me, it's probably because I pushed Keymind on you extremely hard, and that's because it's an amazing club to be a part of. So the fact that you guys are here means you're doing something right. But you might be asking yourselves, why Keymind? Why is it so great? Why is it so amazing? Why is it the best club on campus? And there's a number of reasons why, but you guys are all going to experience it this year with the quality of work that you actually get to do, the industry level of experience that you'll be able to acquire and put on your resume, the help that we give you in getting jobs, internships, full-time positions, and as well learning new things and meeting peers that are interested in the same kind of things that you guys are interested in. I know my experience in the club has been unbelievable and life-changing. It helped me find my career path and what I wanted to do. And I hope that it can provide the same quality for you guys as well. So I'm super excited for this year. And if you guys ever have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to speak to anyone.
Hey everyone. Well, before I jump into more about design, I'll introduce myself. So my name is Sydney Corbett. I'm the Managing Director of Design here at QMind this year. Like Max, I'm in my 4th year of Applied Mathematics Engineering in the computing substream. I started on QMind 3 years ago. So in my 2nd year, I came on board but at the time it was called team leads, but it's the same thing as a fall hired project manager. And I worked with TD Data Science doing a natural language processing project for them. And then I became a director of design and now the managing director of design. So I've been involved with the design side of QMind my whole life, or not whole life, almost my full Queen's life. I've loved every single year of it. Each kind of step going from more technical to managerial has been such a great learning opportunity for me. I've cultivated some of my best friends on this club. Working with Max and Elan has been the best pleasure so far this year. So like Elan said, you're in the right place doing something now, and I can't wait to see what this year has in store for you. So let's kind of hop into what design looks like at QMind. So who are your project managers and your teammates? Those are mainly the people here right now. So your project manager is the one, he or she is going to be leading the project in terms of meeting schedules, maybe delegating tasks, but it's kind of a collaborative experience, but they're the main one just in charge of all kind of leadership side things, making sure the team is running smoothly. They'll report to the director of design to get any assistance that the team needs. And your teammates, so your teammates will be a group of 3 to 4 people around you, but really your teammate is every single person on QMind. Myself, if you need help, I'm here for you to reach out. Max and Elan as well, the directors of design, even if it's not for your node. So don't restrict your teammates just to the 3 or 4 people you meet with every week. We're all here for you. What am I going to be working on this year? So you're going to be working on a really amazing project. I can't just say a machine learning project anymore because now we have the product team, which I'll speak to in a bit. We have the division of AI research, which are machine learning projects, more research-based. But we have disruptive technology this year, so we've got blockchain and quantum computing projects. And that kind of leads into the next question. You see how kind of excited I'm getting. How do I get to, when do I get to show off how smart we are and how much work we've put in? So that'll be done most predominantly at not Camp QMind, that's right now, at QChi, our conference at the end of the year. So you'll have the opportunity to submit your project to be chosen to be presented. And if you get chosen, you get to present to all the delegates who apply, so 400 students across Canada, all the industry members who are there. We've got title upon title of people who are there, and they get to speak to you about the work that you've done. So it's super great connections. So that gets people really excited. But we're also going to have mini kind of internal QChi type events throughout the year. So we're going to have pitch events where you get to get together with your node, get to kind of build that sense of community a little bit more with the people under your director, and you'll get to show off your project to all the other teams. So our last question, how do we make the teams? So teams are going to be a mix of skill level and interest. So coming later this weekend or early next week, most likely tomorrow, I'm going to be sending out a project interest form, and you're going to submit your top 3 kind of, what do I want to work on here at QMind? We've got directors in so many different areas and projects in all of them. So you'll kind of be submitting what your top 3 are, and then along with whether you're a junior or senior developer, you'll get paired up. So we have a range of skill levels on each team so everyone can help each other out, and you'll get to be on a project that you're interested in. So I guess the official introductions of the director team. So yeah, that's myself. We have Daniel Stewart. He's the director of research. He'll be speaking to you in a second all about what DARE looks like at QMind. We have David. He is our director mainly focused on healthcare. Mimi, she's mainly focused on GANs and sustainability. Sean, he is going to be running the product team this year, and he's focused on products to do with computer vision as well as more web-based projects. We have Adam, who's our time series forecasting and reinforcement learning kind of main go-to guy. Ethan is our NLP node leader, and Matt Wright is our director of disruptive technology, and you'll hear from him shortly as well. So right now, I will pass it off to Daniel, and he'll talk about the Division of AI Research, DARE.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for the introduction, Sydney. A little bit of background about myself. I'm in fourth year of biomechanical engineering. This is my second year on QMind. And this year, like Sydney said, I'm going to be the director of research. So a little bit of background about DARE program. In prior years, at QMind, DARE has been the place where hardware meets software. But this year, the goal of DARE has been refocused towards research and hoping to be a stepping stone between those interested in research and actually getting undergraduate research jobs. So with that said, DARE will still have exclusive access to the QMind hardware library, which includes Intel RealSense cameras and Turtlebot robotic systems. But a little bit of background on some of the projects this year. This year, we'll have some really ambitious projects lined up. And to give you a little teaser, one of them is exploration into 3D hand tracking position using a single camera input. And the other is an investigation into a novel generative network loss function for image-to-image translation.
Thank you, Daniel. And Matt Wright, our Director of Disruptive Technology, he'll speak to what this new division brings.
Hey everyone, my name is Matt. I'm the Director of Disruptive Tech this year, and I'm super pumped about this new division. It's going to be awesome. So basically, the motivation for building a whole new division is really echoing what QMind was founded on, this idea of like democratizing really cool technologies that we're passionate about that we don't get opportunities to explore until like the graduate level. And so basically what we're doing with this division is extending the scope beyond AI. And this year we're looking at two technologies, blockchain and quantum computing, which are both super cool. So really with blockchain, we're looking at projects related to building like a medical record management system, focusing on supply chain systems, voting, auctioning systems, a whole bunch of cool decentralized apps. And then for quantum computing, really the main projects are centralized around quantum machine learning, but then we also get some experience with quantum cryptography and like other quantum algorithms. And all this is sort of achieved with the help of not only our killer executive team, but also a panel of mentors from industry and academia. We've got someone from a quantum computing company, and we have some profs from Queens working to help design these projects and build this educational program to ramp you general members up from basically no knowledge at all about quantum or blockchain to becoming just really awesome, really skilled developers.
Okay, so a little bit more about what design is going to look like this year. So we have hired members for 30 plus design teams across all of our streams. So we have client-facing consulting teams. So in the past, we've always had client-facing projects. This year, we just kind of took it one step further. We're going to host workshops for the client-facing teams, but all members are, of course, welcome to attend those, but it's kind of specialized into how to deal with clients. We have Atlas, which is a kind of external consulting group, which is going to be working with some of the projects to kind of go above and beyond and give a more business edge to those projects. We have our internal innovation projects. So this year, those are more exciting than ever. Our project managers have dreamt up some super awesome ideas and interesting projects for you all to work on this year. We have the product team. So this year, we're going to be having a product team that's separate from kind of just the main design team. So they're working over the year to create templates so that your project can be integrated into a front-end user interface at the end of the year. And so they'll work mostly on the templates and then at the year helping all of the teams integrate the two, which is super exciting because we're going to be able to provide clients with customized interfaces that can have like our logo and their logo on them and make it much easier for them to use for innovation projects. If you're done your project early, you can work with the product team to kind of make your front-end user interface more unique. So we have a lot of exciting stuff coming this way. Sean's worked really hard over the summer to create a product team that's going to be super effective this year and kind of create some awesome final end products out of what we create doing our algorithms. And we'll pass it off to the QCI co-hosts.
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure if Chris is here to talk about QCI. Elan, do you want to just spend a few minutes talking about what QCI is and why design team members should care about
For
it?
sure.
And
For sure.
then we'll head
And
back to the rest
Max,
of the presentation.
feel free to hop in if you want to add anything, since I know you ran it last year. Oh, here's Chris. Perfect.
Hello, can you all see me? Good. Sorry, I was having trouble getting on. So yeah, QCI, I am one of two co-chairs for the conference this year. This used to be a subsidiary of QMind, and we've now broken off to be our own entity in order to kind of really get a national reach across Canada. So we're looking to get students from a bunch of different universities. I know last year we had a few from the US as well. And it's really just an opportunity for students to get together and show off their design projects. So this will be something that you guys do if you're on a design team making a project. You'll be presenting this at the end of the school year. It's going to happen at the end of March, and there's also going to be some really strong speakers from industry as well as academia for talking about different AI projects that they've done in their life and their experience in the industry. So it's a 2-day conference. We go out in, the night in between. Really great time, and I guess you guys are all going to have the opportunity to come. So really excited to see you all and meet you all.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay. All right. Hopefully you can all hear me again. Hey, I'm back, everyone. And I'm going to introduce my pillar of QMind, which is the development pillar. So the development pillar I like to think of as the value added at QMind. At the core of what QMind is, we have design, which is the experience that you have as a design team member. And then with Elan's pillar of operations, they are essentially keeping the lights on, making sure we don't go bankrupt, and making sure we have the partners and the external connections to help fuel QMind. And then development comes in, and we make sure to enhance your experience and make it more than just working on a project independently, which to some extent I think makes QMind what it is today. So under me, I have a lovely team of directors, which includes Wendy Wu, our Director of Internal Affairs, Jacob Saylor, our Director of Events. He's actually one of the people who's organized a lot of what's going on today, and he would have loved to MC, but instead of myself. But he's unfortunately not going to be here for today, and hopefully he should be able to come tomorrow, and you'll hear from him. We have Isabel Whetstone, our Women in QMind Chair, Gonzalo Soto, our Director of Professional Development, and Ariana Bacciari, our Director of Educate. So with this lovely team of people, we are making sure to enhance our members' experience to the fullest extent possible. And you're going to hear from each of them about essentially what their portfolio does and why it's going to help you succeed at QMind. So I think first off, we have Ariana talking about Educate, who have done a ton of work to make Camp QMind possible. A lot of the behind the scenes stuff, creating the entire workbook. So anyways, I'll pass it off to Ariana to talk more about Educate.
So hi, everyone. I'm Ariana. I'm also in my 4th year of applied mathematics and engineering with Max and Sydney. But this year I'm doing the QUIP program at Erickson. So this year, Educate has 2 initiatives we're working on. Our AI education initiative consists of Camp QMind, workshop series, and office hours. For Camp QMind, we created a workbook. Shout out to Nathan and Naina and our directors of design who helped us out a lot with this. So you're gonna have a workbook that I shared the link with for you guys. And there's also a GitHub. The workbook and the GitHub go together for every single workshop that will be happening at Camp QMind. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. We'll also be having 2 different workshop series throughout the year. One's a boot camp series, and then one's like one for later on in your project. And then also we'll be having bi-weekly office hours to help you guys with any questions and concerns for your project. And then also our Explore initiative consists of a high school outreach program, which we're hoping to start, and then also some articles written by your fellow peers. So I hope you all come out to Educate events this year. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you.
Okay, next up, I believe we'll be hearing from Gonzalo, our Director of Professional Development. So I'm just going to wait for him to hop on. And if not, I'll happily talk about PD in just a moment. I'm just going to give him a minute. Okay, if Gonzalo's not able to talk right now, I'll make sure he gets a chance to speak tomorrow at our opening events. So I'll just talk quickly about PD first. So what PD is your professional development support at QMind. Oh, wait, never mind. I will not be talking about it. Gonzalo will be doing that. Here we go.
Sorry, everyone. I was having trouble connecting. Hi, my name is Gonzalo. I'm the Director of Professional Development. So our team this year is super focused and excited to contribute to each one of your transitions into your internships, your full-time jobs the following year. So with resources like Launchpad, which is a database of a ton of resources, podcasts, articles, and workshops to kind of help you get prepared for what working and acquiring these internships is really like, with events such as Connect Plus to help you get those industry connections with actual firms looking to hire in machine learning and artificial intelligence, and panels to get you exclusive looks into your desired careers. So I'm going to invite you all to add your LinkedIn profiles, send connection requests to your fellow QMind members, and build out that community as much as we can. We will try to do everything we can to make sure everyone lands that job.
Like I mentioned, our director of events, Jacob, who did a lot of the work to set this up, actually isn't here today, so I'm going to be speaking quickly about events. Essentially, events is aiming to host over 20 meaningful and engaging events throughout the year. We're starting off with virtual events as that's only what we're allowed to do for the time being, but we're hoping to transition into in-person events as restrictions loosen up towards the end of this year and moving into the start of 2022. So some of the key events that we're focusing on are bi-weekly town halls, tech jams, and technical workshops. And then additionally, like Gonzalo talked about, some of our PD initiatives, PD workshops, networking events, socials, and so much more. So events really helps bring QMind to life, and I hope that a lot of you can attend the majority of our events. Most of them won't be mandatory like Camp QMind is, but hopefully we'll still see a lot of you out at them because they are a great way to interact with other QMind members and learn something and come away with something positive. We're always the events portfolio is always looking for feedback and ideas for new initiatives. So if you have any, reach out to Jacob and his team, and they'd be more than happy to chat with you about your ideas for events initiatives. Now I'm going to pass it off to Wendy, I believe, is speaking first here.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Wendy, and I'm in my 4th year doing a medial in biology and math. So this year, I'm the Director of Internal Affairs, which is a new portfolio under development. And our big goal for the year is to promote a safe and inclusive environment for QMind members to learn, grow, and foster professional connections. So we aim to train our new and previous members on EDI practices to implement not only in their QMind role, but in all aspects of their life to create a safer and inclusive conversations, relationships, and rapport. We are open to any member suggestions and feedback to establish accessible practices and welcoming environments for all members with diverse backgrounds in education and lived experiences. So now I'll pass it off to Maddie to talk about women and QMind.
Okay, I'm just going to wait a moment. It seems like it's been trickier to join the stage than anticipated, so I'm going to give everyone a few minutes to do that. Okay, here we go. Here's Maddie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Maddie, and I'm in my 2nd year of Apple.
Wait a moment. It seems like it's been trickier to join the stage than anticipated, so I'm going to give everyone a few minutes to do that. Okay,
Make sure you close the other tab, Maddie.
Did this work? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. Hi, everyone. My name is Maddie, and I'm in my second year of Apple Math. I'm the WIC Logistics Coordinator. So WIC is for Women in QMind, and it's a great community to it does foster female friendship within the club. So this year, WIC is planning on putting on some great events like a book club and a mentorship program. And I look forward to meeting all of you.
Awesome. So taking a look at what the whole year is going to look like for everyone on a design team, individual work is probably going to be a minimum of 2 hours, but that changes on a week-to-week basis, depending on if you have a deliverable coming up that's really needs to be pushed out, or if it's exam season or midterm season. Usually those weeks will be a little bit less work. Group meetings you can expect to have twice a week, approximately 30 minutes each, but again, that's variable depending on what your project manager sees fit. Node meetings with the project managers and DODs will be happening on a regular basis as well to make sure everything is moving smoothly and to share any information that we could have to help each other out. And our last rule is no QMind meetings on Fridays. If you can, make Fridays more of a relaxing time for yourselves, especially given all the stress you're under at school. So we're going to try and take Fridays off unless they're absolutely necessary. So again, the meetings will be scheduled by your project managers, and those will be happening on an often basis. Usually you'll set up 1 or 2 weekly times, and you'll be meeting at those times every single week. Updates and troubleshooting problem will be shared prior to the meeting typically, so that everyone can discuss it at the meeting. And meeting notes are also super important. We usually use Notion to document this. And this provides kind of a resource to look back upon if there's any issues that you struggled with in the past that you can reflect on, or just to track our progress throughout the year.
So here's an overview of what the year is going to look like, super high level. So October, we kick it off with Camp QMind right now. We start with our research and refining our scope project. So most of this work has been done over the summer by our project managers. They work super hard to create awesome projects that are well thought out, but we will have some transitioning with the new project managers. So they'll have to be onboarded, get the team familiar with the project, with the type of work that they'll be doing, kind of any skills they need to get up to speed with. And then in October, we'll start with the data analysis and preliminary modeling. Typically in December, it's fully exam season, but over the Christmas break, definitely not required, but it is a great time just to be able to focus on QMind work. There's no other work to do for school. So sometimes it's just a really fun way you can get into it without being stressed about other work, and you just get to focus on kind of doing something really interesting, which is your QMind project. In January, we finalize our model, and then in February, optimize the model, and then if time, making that UI, and that'll be a lot easier this year now that we have the product team. Hopefully all teams are going to be able to have that final product. And then in March and April, we kind of start to wrap up the project. So we do our presentations at QCI if you're selected, or everyone is welcome to be a delegate at QCI, as Chris has said. We write a proceeding. So it's a 2 to 3 page paper that each team writes on their project, and if they present at QCI, and then QCI kind of has this whole proceedings of all of your projects, which is really awesome. A documentation of your project to make sure people in future years, if they want to continue with it or can learn from it, or delivery to client if you're working with a client. And then the year is pretty much done, but that's a long way away, so we don't need to be sad about that yet. Success. So what does success look like at QMind? How do you achieve success? Really, no, everyone's in the same boat here. We're all exposed to machine learning for maybe the first, maybe the second, but no one's done extensive work in this unless if you have, go off. That's awesome. But yeah, take risks, get out of your comfort zone, be a self-starter, take initiative to learn things. We're here to provide resources. Over the summer, we provided all of our project managers with course credentials to be able to do the Udemy A to Z learning course and other various courses that have helped them out. Talk to your executives. We have so many levels. We have our project managers, our directors of design, us three. And we've hired super technical and awesome people who this year who are able to help. And with DARE and with Disruptive Tech, we even have panels of mentors outside of QMind, people in academia and in industry. So we've got people all around to support you. And if you ever you're just like, I don't know where to start, I need help, you can come to me or you can go to your product manager. Anyone is here to help you. We just want everyone to have the best experience like we have had. So if there's anything else that you need from us or you think that would be beneficial to kind of help you all achieve success, please don't hesitate to email myself, message me on Instagram, LinkedIn, anything, or just hello@qmind.ca comes to me. So yeah, I check that often.
Okay, awesome. So here we have the schedule for today. I'm going to go through tomorrow's schedule at the start of tomorrow, and I might bring it up at the end of today. But I just want to focus on what today is going to look like for the time being. So like I mentioned, we have the stage as well as 3 sessions where the breakout workshops are going to be taking place. And then we have our expo booths, which are not going to be used today. So you can see the schedule here. We're running probably a few minutes behind, so we might be a bit late to start everything. But hopefully it won't be too late and won't push it too far back. So our first event of the day after the opening ceremonies is going to be a presentation from our sponsor DCL, which is a talk about AI in the industry. Then we have 3 workshops taking place simultaneously in each of the 3 sessions. Of note for these 3 sessions, you will have the option to pick which one you want to go to. Disruptive Tech design members, you have to go to the Disruptive Tech stream. For for any members who are not on Disruptive Tech, you can choose between either the data science stream or the coding stream, depending on what workshop you think is more necessary for your skill set. So for example, if you never worked in Python before, you probably want to go to the Intro in Python workshop. Versus if you have plenty of experience with Python, then you might want to start things off with the ML and data science tools review. So throughout the day, we're going to be running those 3 streams of workshops. I see, then we're going to have a lunch break at 12:45, and we're going to resume our workshops at 1:30. Then we're going to have 2 workshops or 2 presentations that are going to involve everyone, and those are going to come back to the stage for. So that's the EDI training, which Wendy's going to be presenting. And then the Working and Communicating in a Team, which is a workshop that's presented by our Director of Educate, Ariana. And then we're going to jump back into the breakout rooms for 2 more presentations. And finally, we're going to actually be inviting our guest speaker, Cooper Madrone, who's a founder of one of the original founders of QMind, and talking about his time at QMind, moving into disruptive technology, and now being a program manager at Microsoft. So really, you should look forward to that. He's an awesome guy for those of you who don't know him. And I really hope that you'll all stick around throughout the day and enjoy our first day of Camp QMind. If you have any questions throughout the course of the event, you can message any of us 3 directors. You can message the entire event chat that you're in. And frankly, like, you can message just about anyone. I guarantee like anyone will be able to help you out, especially on the executive team. So yeah, I won't be doing a Q&A portion right now, but if you have any questions, you can message me or message any of the MDs afterwards. I'm just going to let Sydney and Elan hop back in here and say a few quick words before we pass it off to our sponsor for their remarks. So feel free to hop in, guys.
Perfect. Yeah, I just want to thank everyone. We're going to be hopping off so that the sponsors can speak, but we're super excited for this year. Very excited to see what's in store for this year. I think this is going to be the best year yet. So keep running forwards. We're gonna do some amazing things. And if you have any questions or need anything, like Bennett said, you can reach out to any one of us. Feel free to message me, add me on LinkedIn, anything like that. Sydney?
Yeah, I echo everything that Elan said, and I just want to say have a fantastic weekend, everyone. I'll see you throughout the next 2 days, but it really is such a great learning opportunity. If you make it one, you can get to know a lot of the people who have just joined QMind. Any of the names you see, go add them on Instagram, LinkedIn, anything, Facebook. Start getting to know one another. It's really fun if you just stay engaged, and you'll learn so much. We do have the workbook for you at the end for anything that it's a long weekend, so if you miss anything, don't worry. It'll all be on paper. But yeah, just have fun with it. Have a great weekend, everyone. And I'll see you all over the next 2 days and for the rest of the year. So can't wait.
Awesome. Okay. With that, I'm going to introduce our sponsor, I've mentioned is DCL, and I'm going to bring up Topaz Glazer to talk about DCL and King's Distributed Systems, and how to get involved and how they're going to be helping us out throughout the weekend to make this Camp QMind onboarding training an awesome weekend event. So everyone welcome our sponsor, DCL and Topaz, to speak on their behalf.
Hi, Max. Thank you. Can you guys hear me fine?
Yep, we can hear you.
Cool. Okay. Well, I prepped some slides, but it looks like you have a great slide for me. So let's go with that one. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's all good. I'll bring the slides in the closing remarks.
Sure. Sounds good.
All good. So first and foremost, thank you so much for having us. We are super stoked. There is a bunch of us, I think, already here, and if not, going to be here this weekend. We love working with QMind. We've been doing this for the past, I think, 3 years, hired some of our best talent from this club. And I mean, I've been, at least for the past year and a half, working with different clubs across the country, and really can speak so highly of everything you guys are doing. So professional, and just really, as I said, amazing talent for us, and always great pleasure to join events like Camp QMind. So my name is Topaz Glazer. I am the Growth and Strategy Lead at Distributed Compute Labs. And it's a really fancy title to say that I'm in charge of acquiring as well as doing outreach of users to our platform. So and I'll do a bit of a context as you hear KDS, Kings, Stewart Compute Labs, DCP, and we'll throw a lot of terms at you. But really, the heart of it is that we spent the past 4 years building a distributed computing platform right here in Kingston. And distributed computing has been around for around 6 years. It's not a new technology, but we're doing a lot of things different. It's all built on web technologies, and has a lot of exciting things around the technology itself that we'll tell you more throughout the weekend. But at the heart of it, we've been building this technology, as I said, for 4 years right here in Kingston. And we have two entities. We have a commercial entity called King's Distributed Systems. And the role of King's is to commercialize DCP within industry. So we work on exciting projects with hospitals and industry and smart manufacturing. Anything that you add smart with, there's a large need for compute, and you'll find us there. And then King's has created an entity called Distributed Compute Labs, which is a nonprofit organization. And the role of our nonprofit is to give away DCP, this platform, to academic institutions, students, and researchers at no cost. So as my role, I get to be compute fairy and partner with many amazing organizations like QMind, and support both student and researchers projects that require compute. And essentially support either through free or at no cost computing resources, or through doing trainings and workshops and things like that. So we partner with around 25 student organizations across the country, 8 universities, and we've been around the nonprofit side for around a year doing this work. And it's been a lot of fun. Essentially, we get to go on campus and remote on campus, and turn you think about all the desktops that are currently on Queen's campus. There's around 8,000 computers, devices. We cluster them together and give these resources to students and researchers at no cost. So we got to work on a lot of pretty cool projects, and throughout the weekend we'll tell you more about that. And I think I'll probably wrap it up here. And again, thank you so much. My only other shout out is that if you are looking for your next co-op or a role, or post-graduation role, we're constantly hiring. We love hire from QMind, so please come talk to us. And then if you're a student organizer of another club or doing some cool events on campus, and you think we could be of help, please come talk to us too. So again, thank you so much, and really looking forward to this weekend.
Awesome. Thanks a ton, Topaz. Really appreciate it, and really appreciate everything that you and DCL are doing to make this event happen. So yeah, huge thank you to you and the rest of the team who are here on behalf of DCL. Okay, with that, we were planning on doing a bit of a short Kahoot trivia quiz with some prizes, but we're actually going to save that for tomorrow morning. And that was prepared by our marketing director, Donald. So he's actually prepared two Kahoots for us, one for tomorrow morning, which we were going to do today, but I think we're a bit out of time. We want to get started with our first presentation. And we're going to have one for tomorrow at our closing ceremonies as well. And we're going to have prizes for all of those in the form of Amazon gift cards. So make sure you're around for those and that you're brushing up on your QMind and AI trivia in general. But Donald has thrown some wild cards in there. So I promise you that knowing about QMind and about AI won't be enough, because there's going to be lots of crazy stuff going on in there. Anyways, we're going to postpone that to tomorrow. And with that, we are going to conclude our closing ceremonies and move into our first presentation. So I believe our first presentation here is from Levi Stringer, an ex-QMind managing director, who will be talking about his journey from being a managing director of QMind to being the ML lead at DCL and Kings. So I think Levi's in the backstage. Levi, if you can hear me, if you hit at the top right corner, share audio and video, you should be able to hop on stage, and I can bring you up to start your presentation.